Yes, good evening there, legends. What's going on? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United. Just with another cheeky little transfer news video for you, little cheeky late night chat, Q&A vibes, little interaction. You know how we do. How are we all doing, guys? Thank you very much for joining us for the stream. We've got lots of news to get into tonight, which we'll get into shortly. But big up everybody in the live chat. I can see Rajat, Mustafa, Pete Morris, Neil Driscoll, Vexico Vice, Stephen Maguire, Warbzo, Sean Waltz, lad, get in there, my son. Yes, how you been? Ashley Vote, Prima Italia, and everybody. Excuse me, that'll be the Iron Brew. And everybody who's just got in here, thank you very much for joining us for tonight's show. Do us a favour at the start of this stream. Smash that like on it. Give us a massive like spike. Every little like helps the stream out. Share it around if you can as well. There's a link pinned at the top of the live chat there. Feel free to give us a little repost. Links pinned at the top there, as you can see. Share that around. We'll give you a shout out later on in the show. And as always, get involved throughout. We want to hear from you and hear your thoughts on any of the matters we're discussing. Q&A at the end of the stream also. Let's get stuck in, you legends. How you doing anyway? Yes. Great to see you all. Mustafa, Pete, how are you getting on there as well? We've also got some other legends. Dublin, Carlos, Rajat, Thornster, Lewis, what's going on? Johnny Swan, Jamie Riley, J-Mo, Tom Porter. All right then, guys, let's get stuck into it. Smash a like, smash a subscribe if you're new. Get involved, and let's be having you. Transfer news, rundown then. Let's go for it. Anthony Elanga, rhythm is a dancer. Anthony Elanga, he scores goals from everywhere. Oh, it's Elanga. Oh, I can feel it in the air. Oh, it's Elanga. Oh, oh, oh. It's got to be the best chant out there. It's one of them, isn't it? It's one of them. Anyway, look, we've got a few million quid from this deal, but it's obviously not great news for us, is it? It's just pissing me off more than anything. Other clubs are doing big business, spending big bucks, getting signings in here. United left fanning around once again. But look, this is via Fabrizio Romano a couple hours ago. Exclusive Anthony Elanga to Newcastle. Here we go. Deal in place. Club to club with Nottingham Forest for £55 million. Agreement also in place with Players Camp on long-term deal. So that is the big sort of story of the night that's going on. It's a done deal situation there. Anthony Elanga going from Forest to Newcastle for £55 million, which just goes to show how gash United are at doing dealings, but also how we let this guy go for peanuts. What was it, like 20 mil or something we let him go for? Yes, we have got a sell-on clause. We do get, I think it is around about 8 million that's being reported anyway. So look, here's a little report from Marco Alcaraz that says, breaking agreement reached between Newcastle and Nottingham Forest for Anthony Elanga worth 55 million. United will receive around 8 million due to sell-on clause. Okay, so, you know, that's positive news. We've got some extra money. But still, you know, a talent that's going, had a great season at Forest, then going to Newcastle for 55 million. He was within our grasps. We had him previously as a young player. Eric Ten Hag stitched us up once again with this guy as well. Got rid of him for peanuts. And he's gone and flourished. Signed in a bunch of melters for huge money, wasted our money, and they've melted. So it's a real calamity. I mean, Ten Hag did more harm than good, that's for sure. If he'd have just kept De Gea and Elanga and a few of the other players we got rid of and not signed all the shite like Mason Mount and all the rest of it, Anthony, etc., we would probably be all right. So there you go. Elanga to Newcastle. We're going to get some money for it, though. I don't know if we're going to see all of that money end of the day. The Glazers shithouses, the way they operate, they might not put it back into the club. This is what they do. And, yeah, cool. We made 8 million or whatever, but it's a lost talent in my book. It's a lost talent. He'll probably do quite well there at Newcastle. He's a good young player. He's done well. I mean, I'm pretty gutted about not having Elanga in United's team after seeing him go away and do really well at Forest and just be better than basically all the options that we had over on that left sort of side, the likes of Garnacho and Rashford this last season just gone. Anthony Elanga definitely had a better season than both those melts. So, yes or no, guys, would you have liked to have kept Anthony Elanga at United? Do you know what I mean? I mean, out of all of the options that we've currently got there, he would have been a nice option, a really nice option. Really good player, really works hard, you know. He's gone away and proven himself, and now he's gone for a big money move to Newcastle. I think he's a good option, good player. I mean, at the time, I suppose you can see why Ten Hag maybe didn't have room for him in the squad, because he did have players like Rashford and Garnacho ahead of him who were supposed to do well, but they didn't. But, you know, in hindsight, obviously hindsight's a wonderful thing. He's gone away and done well. Rashad says no. Jamie says no. Prima says yes. PJ says yes. Lewis says yes. Yes. At the same time, everyone said sell him. I mean, that's fair, Francois. You're not actually wrong. He had a bit of a ropey season because he wasn't, I guess, getting all the starts and the game time that he needed to flourish the way that he did when he went away. And you're right. You know, you're right. We didn't think it was a big loss at the time. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Afterwards, we've realised that, yeah, that was a bit of a shit deal for us in the end. But we've got a few million quid out of it anyway there with Anthony Elanga going to Newcastle. So that's a big bit of news this evening. Let's just get into the chat for a minute, see what your legends are saying about this. Then we'll move on to the next topic. Should have had a buyback clause like Quansa. Yeah, exactly. You know, we have had a bit of a melt here, really. We should have, like, the ability to match an offer. What about Lurpak Hands? He turned up spining this morning. Oh, goodness me. Don't even get me started, lad. Good evening, Steve Barrero. How you doing? I don't think Amorim will walk personally, but if they don't give him the players that he needs very soon, then you couldn't blame him. And actually, he's the sort of guy that might walk because he's got a bit of principle about him, it seems. You would have asked for the song, says Anthony Elanga. He goes from everywhere. It's Langa. You what there, Vincent? Not too sure what you're talking about there, my friend, but thank you very much for getting in. Elanga's gone to a bigger club. How dare you? How dare you? Certainly Newcastle are not a bigger club. You do realise that they just won the League Cup this season, and that was the first trophy they won since like 1955 or something along those lines. So let's not get this twisted, mate. United's a bigger club in the last 5 years of our shittest period of time than Newcastle are pretty much forever, lad. But no disrespect there, Tony. If there are any Geordie fans in there, it's a good signing for you guys. I'm just saying, it is a very good signing for you guys, you know. Very much so. So fair enough. Good luck to Anthony Elanga there. I hope he's going to do well. Just not that well. Not against us anyway. But it's a good signing, yeah. I think he'll do well for you guys. Another player that Man United heavily linked to this summer. Not heavily linked to, but repeatedly linked to. Probably not heavily because of just the sheer amount of cash involved. But that is Mr. Osimhen. Mr. Viktor Osimhen. What's going on with us and Viktor Osimhen? Not a lot. We haven't got a lot going on with Viktor Osimhen, it seems. He's going to cost about 75 million, and his wages are getting on for close to 400,000, so I don't think we're going to touch him. But other clubs are prepared to touch him. You know, wait, that sounded a bit weird. But other clubs are prepared to go in for him, aren't they? Like Fabrizio Romano, he said this. Wait a second. Fab posted and said that Galatasaray have sent an initial bid for Viktor Osimhen for 50 million euros plus 5 million euros, while Napoli want more. Osimhen keen in return to Gala, but deal depends on the club-to-club talks. Al Hilal remain involved in the race with plan to pay 75 million euros clause, but no agreement with Victor yet. Okay, so Viktor Osimhen, a target, I guess, for Man United this summer, especially now with Gyokeres seemingly going to Arsenal. But, I mean, I know we've got lots of other targets. We could talk about, you know, Bryan Mbeumo, I guess, could play there, whatever. We can talk about Watkins and all these guys. But Osimhen is on the list, as in he should be on the list of people we would potentially think about. Now, the wages are a problem. The costs are a problem. Napoli seemingly want about 75 million euros, which is huge, huge money. But it's not outlandish money when we're paying that from Mbeumo, I guess. It just means we'd have to sell the likes of Garnacho and co very well and get rid of these players reasonably soon and generate that cash. It doesn't look like it's going to happen for us. I don't think we're going in for Osimhen, especially not now. I mean, it does seem like he's quite happy to go back to Galatasaray and play there. You know, look, Fab says Osimhen's keen in a return to Gala, but the deal does depend on club-to-club talks. I mean, I can't really imagine they'll be able to get a deal done. I can't see Galatasaray paying 75 million euros for Osimhen and the wages as well. I just can't really see it, but, you know, apparently there's no issue there, so he wants to go. This is what Fabrizio said. He said that the personal terms are already agreed. So, it's not an issue in terms of the player and his wages and his desire to go. He's happy to go to Galatasaray. Fair play to him, I guess. It's a tough competitive league that he's going to. He could be going to Saudi for the money, tax-free if he stays a couple of years, but he's decided to go back to Gala. He obviously liked it there, whatever. Good club. It is a good club, but, there you go. I mean, Man United not being very ambitious at the moment, are we? We're just not being ambitious, because if we were, we'd probably go in for somebody like this now. I mean, yes or no, guys? Would you get Osimhen if you could sign him up right now, 350 grand a week and 75 million euros? Let us know your thoughts and opinions. Get us a yes or no in the chat. I still lean towards no, because it's a lot of money. That money could probably be better utilised on a striker and another player in the squad. Like, you could probably get Watkins and Martinez or something along those lines for the same money it would cost to get Osimhen, and that's including the wages as well. So it's a lot of money. But actually, in terms of who he is and what a sort of quality player is, and also what sort of message it sends in terms of the ambition of Man United, it's quite a good signing. It's a big signing. It's a big name. It opens up that whole market as well in Nigeria and Africa and stuff. United love to think about stuff like this, don't we? Opening up new different markets, selling shirts all around. This is definitely something that I think the Glazers would have looked at, and the hierarchy at United would have looked at, because commercially it makes a bit of sense, but financially it doesn't make that much sense. He is a great player, though, and he could be a problem solver for us in terms of having somebody up there that's like a proper baller, goal scorer who can stretch opposition defences and win us games. He could do that for us. So he is a talent, but the money's involved is too much. He'd probably have to take a little bit of a pay cut if he's going to come and join Man United. That's the reality. I don't think we'll pay him the $350 a week or whatever that he wants. Let's see what you guys are saying, though. No, yes, no, yes, no. 250, 300k, hell yeah. Well, if it was that, then fine. But he's getting more than that now, isn't he? Primus says, yes, definitely not a 350k a week. No pig, Watkins and Rios. Osimhen's elite. He's an egomaniac. Ollie Watkins, hands down for me, Premier League proven. I'm with you, Lewis. I like it. Nothing wrong with Ollie Watkins. Good signing. We are signing no one else, pig. Come on now, Paul. Hey? We've got to be signing somebody, otherwise we're going to go into the season with a set of absolute melters again. I mean, we might. You might be right. But I just can't handle it. Julian Alvarez would be a great addition. What a player, lad. You viewed. Thank you so much for the £5 super chat. Can we get some appreciation in there for this man? Thank you, you viewed. He says, man who catch fly with chopstick, accomplish anything. Daniel-san, best way to avoid punch is not be there. With that, I leave something for the Pepsi fund. Legend, mate. Well, I'm on the Iron Brew tonight, lad. But that'll do. That'll do. Cheeky little deep fried battered can of Iron Brew, my son. Thank you so much, you viewed. You're a legend. I will get some Pepsis with that. Thank you so much. Yeah, well, if they wanted that for him, then we're not going to get him, Dino. We've got to pay, 40, 45 million for this guy. Tommy Boyle, how are you getting on, lad? We got enough prima donnas. We need to get rid of them big girls' blouses first. Fair play to you, Tommy, lad. That's it. I mean, that's it. We have got a player who, as we talked about previously, could come in on that big money. What if he isn't a success? What if he is also a prima donna? What if he also throws his toys out the pram and causes aggro and waves for the coaching staff or whatever? Then what? Then you've got a player in a couple of years who is hard to sell, who's on massive money again. It's not really the right sort of signing for us right now, even though Osimhen is clearly a great player. Seemingly he'd be happy to join Galatasaray. He's already agreed personal terms with them, etc. I mean, it seems like the path is clear for them. We can't spend that money on him right now. We haven't got the money because we're so incapable of selling players, because our team is just absolutely wrecked right now with the financials, the wages, obviously the problem that causes. So we are screwed. We are pretty screwed. If you think if we were going to sell some players, we'd have sold somebody by now. You would have thought so. We've got news like this coming out, again from Fab earlier on today. Rasmus Hojlund, a.k.a. Gashmus Boyland. Rasmus Hojlund doesn't want to leave Manchester United this summer. His desire is to stay. The only possibility for sale is in case United decide advanced in talks and proceed with his exit. Inter keen for weeks, but deal now in standby. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on. I think obviously we surely have got to have we've got to have ideas of trying to sign a striker very soon. And if that happens, then Hojlund surely's got to go. He's got to go. I mean, otherwise we're just having a shit backup in there who's just taking up a space in the squad, really. He needs to go find himself somewhere else, at very least on loan. But look, reports of these players, some of these players not wanting rid. Exactly, Marky Harris says Rasmus is a bum. Get rid. How you doing, Mark Harris, you legend? Yeah. Well, he is a bit of a bum. If you look at his last season's performance, I mean, nice guy and everything, tries hard, whatever. I'm sure he wants to do well, but he's just an absolute lummox up there, to be fair. He can't score, he's not clinical, he hasn't got that magic eye. He's just a bit of a melter. So, honestly, Rasmus Hojlund, to me, needs to go out on loan at the very least, get some experience, get some positivity in his life again, maybe come back a completely different player. Or, in the ideal scenario, we just sell him for 35 million. And then go and spend that money on somebody else who's actually going to be better for us. That's the ideal scenario. But whether or not, Inter are interested or we can convince another team to take him, it's another story. It really is. It's like all of our other players we've got. They're all very low in terms of their stocks right now. Their stocks are in the shitter. They're like Elon Musk and Tesla and stuff after this whole fucking whatever America feud business and everything. It's like it's just the stocks are in the shitter at the moment. These players, it's hard to get rid of them. So Rasmus Hojlund's another one of those players that's just not really wanted that much at the moment, maybe for the right price, but it'd be pretty much giving him away. We're screwed, guys. we're kind of screwed, guys. We need to get Mbeumo done. That's probably all of our transfer kitty spent then. And then how are we going to sell other players when nobody wants our players? It's mental. Anyway, by the way, we've got 272 legends in it, and we've just smashed 100 likes. Thank you so much to the Bacon Posse for joining aboard the Bacon Express tonight. Get involved if you are new to the channel by hitting the subscribe button, and also drop a thumbage on it. Give us a like spike there. That'd be awesome. And keep getting your thoughts and opinions in. We're dipping in and out. But Rasmus Hojlund, he's just another one of those players tough to sell. Sancho might well be on his way out. That'd be nice. There is some talks of discussions of maybe United being interested in a Juventus player also. We've talked about Sancho to Juventus, 25 million, 25 million quid for Sancho. What about this? Fabrizio Romano says this a short while ago at 3:33 p.m. this afternoon. Juventus have been approached by Premier League clubs for Douglas Luiz as he's expected to leave this summer. No talks or contacts ongoing with Como so far, despite reports. Now, he's not said which Premier League clubs are interested, but I'd imagine for a cheap deal, I don't know if it would be a permanent transfer or a temporary loan or whatever, but I would have thought for a cheap deal, this sort of guy who can play CM, CDM, CM, this sort of player who's got Premier League experience coming out the wazoo as well with a lot of games played in the Prem, I'd say he's probably a pretty good pickup right now, in terms of for the squad, if he doesn't cost a heck of a lot of money. I mean, not the greatest player, that's for sure, but we're still talking about a player that's been capped I think it's 18 times for the Brazilian national team, whatever, 27 years of age. He's had a mixed bag of a career, but he's a decent, good player, I think. Hey, how you doing, Urbano Valdez? Yes, mate. He says decent player, to be fair. He's a decent, good player. He would be not a bad addition if the price was right, is all I'm saying. I don't know how much it would be. There's some speculations that it might be a similar amount to the Sancho price. You don't rate Luiz much. Well, yes or no, guys, would you take Douglas Luiz at Man United? Get your thoughts and opinions in there. And I'm not talking about if he brings his missus with the big bundle with him either, guys. You know what I mean? I don't mean that. Funny how Acton hasn't bid on any cash dead wood he left behind. Yeah, I know exactly what a scumbag. I know we were talking about that earlier, Andre. I'd have him as a third choice backup or whatever. Decent. Yes, exactly. Well, there you go. Exactly. So, we have felt it. We have made the mistake now of losing out on lots of money and good players. I'm probably going to finish it tomorrow night, Nathan Harris. I'm actually pretty mattered shattered this evening. So, we need more Premier League players. Yeah, well, I mean, this guy has got Premier League proven experience. He has played in the Premier League previously for Villa with a lot of games. So, obviously, he's got that under his locker in his bag, I suppose. Kate Cadet, how you doing? He says all the big teams challenging for Europe grow stronger while United stand still, piss around. Nice one. Yeah. Hey, don't talk about Goldbridge's channel that way, Kate. Just joking, mate. But he says, grow stronger while United stand still and piss around. Yeah. Oh, yeah, forgot he's with says Pano Valdez. Tommy says Lewis is decent, swap with Solskjaer, good engine, good passing range, works hard, always puts up half-decent stats, to be fair. Yeah, he's decent. He's a decent player, isn't he? He is a decent player, like you said. Some decent stats. I was having a look at his stats earlier, and I think he played like 170 times for Villa. Something like 20 games, 20 assists, something along there. But obviously, you know, it's tough in the Premier League, and if he's playing a sort of more deeper role as well, it's not bad. It's not bad going. A.K.A. the United Bland. Naz says, would you take Rios, Piggy? Oh, I'd take him. Oh, I'd take him 100%, lad. I'd take him out for a nice seafood dinner and then never call him again. No, what? Yeah, no, I would take Rios, absolutely 100%. Kim says, night spike. Thank you, Kim. Yes, hit the likes there. Nice one. Okay, so apparently, you know, there's the understanding that there's Premier League clubs interested in Douglas Luiz. This is as per Fabrizio Romano. Then there's this other report here from Rudy Galetti and Valentin Furlan that says that Juventus have set a €25 million price tag for Douglas Luiz. Manchester United have made recent inquiries. So, again, take it with a pinch of salt, but there are reports that maybe we've made some inquiries into Douglas Luiz. It does seem like he would be available at a cheap price. I'd probably rather Rios, though, from what I've seen. You know, a bit younger. I've only seen a bit of Rios, you know, in the Club World Cup and stuff. But he seems like a baller. He does seem like a good baller. Who would you prefer out of those two guys if you could only get one? So Richard Rios is supposedly available for 25-30 million himself. And there's a supposed price tag here of €25 million on Douglas Luiz. So if you could only get one, the older, more experienced Douglas Luiz, who's got more Premier League experience, obviously, or the younger, maybe more exuberant, more exciting potential of somebody like a Richard Rios, get your thoughts and opinions in. If you could only take one for 25 mil, who would you go and get? For me, I'd just about take the gamble on Rios. I think he looks like a great player. I mean, in terms of his performance in the Club World Cup, very, very decent, very good, and still more to come, I think, definitely from him. Get both, says Excellinator. Yep, Rios says Half Gazzo. Nice one. Richard Rios says Rajat. Bad as each other, says United Prodigy. Harsh vibes there, United Prodigy, lad. These are good players. These are good players. Remember, we can't really go and get the best players in the world right now. We have to try and look for the next crop. You know, that's where we're sort of at. Lewis and his missus broke up, I think. Oh, what a shame. You know? No, fair enough. I did not know that, to be honest. I think somebody mentioned that the other day, but I wasn't sure. I mean, you know, it's such a shame for them there, guys. Douglas Luiz says Ashley Vogt. Really don't rate Ollie Watkins. Wally Watkins, I was going to call him there. Yeah, oh, come on, mate. He's got some good stats. Just look at the last couple of seasons. His stats are good. 16 in the season just gone, and something like 20-odd on the season before. Very decent Premier League statistics from this man. So I think that's a bit harsh. But anyway, she's boycotting Greenish. Oh, mate. Oh, okay. Wally Watkins. Yeah, Wally Watkins, mate. Where's Wally Watkins? Okay, from one Brazilian to another, it's Mateus Cunha arriving at Carrington pre-season. Go on, lad. Here's a photo of him. Check it out. There he is. It's only Mateus Cunha arriving. Get in there, Mateus. Nice, our only signing. Well, Diego Leon as well, but our only proper first-team ready signing right now. Mateus Cunha arriving there. Nice one. Let's cover some of the rest of the news we've got, and then we're going to get into the live chat for a raw Q&A. This is a thing that's going on as well, you know. Could you imagine this? I mean, this is everything that's wrong about this football club summed up right here. With the Glazers shithouses overseeing things. Thankfully, it's not going ahead here. It's not going ahead. David Ornstein reporting that exclusive Man United end secret talks over record-breaking Amazon series. Deal for well in excess of £10 million off after months of dialogue. It's off. Ruben Amorim opposed. Man United aligned on final decision. Football/commercial/timing reasons. And Adam Crafton just elaborated a bit more and said that Man United held secret talks with Amazon for record-breaking behind-the-scenes documentary. Plug pulled amid concerns by Ruben Amorim as to whether timing was appropriate for the first team amid team struggles in recent years. Which it definitely isn't. It's definitely not an appropriate time to be, you know, having all access, all areas, behind the scenes, guff, you know, all or nothing, looking whatever. all that bullshit sort of type documentaries that they do surrounding Manchester United. It's just going to add extra pressure. It's extra workload. It's just you don't need it right now. We're not in a good place. We need to get ourselves a well-oiled machine first, which is going to take many years before we even start thinking about doing bullshit like that. Okay, I guess it could document the tough times, but I think it's absolutely spot on for our coach to be left to do his work. It's very important that we just allow him to work, not have these distractions, not have cameraman and sound guys and all this bullshit in dressing rooms while he's trying to coach and all of that sort of aspect of it. He needs to focus. So I'm glad that they haven't agreed on some bullshit Amazon documentary deal, because that would have been heinous and just very, very poor taste right now, considering all the problems that we got. And also, Amorim needs as much help as he can, and he needs to focus up. So I think it's pretty poor that we were even discussing things like that, though, to be fair, because it's just classic Glazer shithousery, isn't it, to make some cash? It really is. Okay, so United secret talks for Amazon TV documentary off. They're off, guys, and there you go. It is what it is. Okay, I guess we'll talk about Mbeumo. To be honest, I haven't really seen anything else coming out this evening on Mbeumo. Let's have a little look and see if there's anything coming out during this show. It's 10:30 now. Sometimes there's some late news that drops around about now. Let's have a little look, see what's coming out from all the top journos. And I can't really see jackal about anything, really, in regards to Manchester United. No, nothing. There is another update from Fab, actually, 27 minutes ago, in regards to Osimhen to Galatasaray, though. It says Galatasaray will approach Napoli again for Viktor Osimhen with new proposal after €60 million offer turned down. The agreement with Osimhen is done until June 2028, but Napoli want more than €60 million and also with better payment terms. Talks to continue. So we know that Napoli wants somewhere in the region of, what, €75 million. That's apparently what they demand in order to sell him. They're not that far away, €15 million away, and Osimhen's already agreed terms, which surprises me. But yeah, I mean, that's got some serious legs. It looks like that could potentially happen. We're going to miss out on another sort of striker target. It's not the first choice for me. He's probably like fourth choice for me. I'd still rather Visser, Watkins, Mateta, all above him, to be honest. I still, because they're Premier League proven, and they should cost less money as well, particularly Watkins and Visser. They should cost less money, which means that you might have a bit of extra leftover money to go and sign a new goalkeeper and replace that Lurpak hand. Lurpak fingers. Spreadable. Invented in 1901. You know what I mean? Lurpak spreadable butterfingers. Goodness me. Right. So, anyway, I'm sick of talking about Mbeumo, guys. There's nothing really else to say. At the moment, it's thought that Mbeumo deal is going to be discussed this week, and that hopefully United can get that agreement with Mbeumo. The player wants United. There's no issues there. It's just that the hold up is the structure and the negotiations of the actual figure. Brentford looking for 70 million. United don't want to pay. You know the deal. We've gone over it. I'm not talking about it anymore. Mbeumo is hopefully going to get done this week, and that's sort of where we're at. That's sort of where we're at with it. It's pathetic, isn't it, from Man United, this deal? Pathetic. Absolutely embarrassing from these higher-ups at United not to get this deal done already. Not to give Amorim the players that he needs for pre-season. Not to have Mbeumo turning up on the first day of pre-season, just like Matheus Cunha, etc. That's what we should have had. Maybe plus one or two other players. You look around the Premier League and other teams doing lots of business, getting lots of players in, getting them in early, working with them for pre-season. And what are United doing? Pulling our plonkers all over the gaff. Yeah, that's right, Craig. He's agreed to join them. He has. He's agreed personal terms. Well, if you believe the reports from the likes of Fab, which we always do, to be fair, then he's agreed personal terms with them. So he's keen on joining them. He wants to go. It's just now between the clubs to make that agreement, which could come sooner rather than later. Who knows? Nah, not the Ornstein bomber we wanted, lad. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets any better, in your opinion. They're undermining Ruben. They're not giving him the tools he needs, lad. Yes, they're actually expecting, a plumber to unclog a toilet with his bare hands right now. He needs a plunger at the very least. Goodness me, maybe even one of those like fucking air pumps or whatever that pumps air down it. At least maybe a telescopic rod. Do you know what I mean? To push the shit out down the tube. That's what he really needs, a freaking telescopic rod. Right? Or at very least a plunger. But what's he having to do? He's having to do it with a pair of fucking marigolds, mate. That's what the Glazers have given him. He's having to wade through shite with this squad. It's a disgrace. Goodness me. So, yeah, I mean, I just hope that Ruben is a very good cleaner and can bleach the shite out of this horrendous stench fest and get the place smelling like roses again soon. But it's going to be bloody difficult. He's going to have to get himself very dirty. And yes, we are still talking about football here, guys. We are still talking about football. I'm just saying, I'm using it as a metaphor of toilet cleaning. It is a bit of a toilet right now, and it needs to be cleaned up, and it stinks. And it stinks. Yeah, I mean, if you say so, Madhouse. If you say so. Malp says Amorim isn't going to make it till Christmas. Well, you know what, Malps? If he doesn't get the players he needs, I could see that being the case. If he does get the players he needs, I think he will make it to Christmas, and it will probably be much better this season. I could see it happening. If we get Mbeumo, if we get Cunha, if we get a good striker like Watkins, if we get a new goalkeeper, we can be good. But if he only gets Mbeumo and Cunha, which is looking like it's quite possible that is the only business we do right now, then we won't be that much better. We will still be better. But I wouldn't see us being really capable of getting into the top 7 into European spaces. The way we get into European spaces this season is to have a very good window, is to strengthen a lot of the problem areas, replace Onana with an actual good goalkeeper, replace Hojlund with a goal scorer, and get Mbeumo and Cunha in to provide goals and create goals as well. Get some maybe other players in to help. A wing-back, a cheeky Denzel Dumfries, or we've talked about this link with Douglas Luiz today, or a link with Richard Rios. You know, there's other options out there as well. Just get a few players in for Amorim. If they don't do that, then they've only got themselves to blame. And yes, Amorim will be used as a scapegoat, no doubt. Of course he will. And if we're 10th or 12th or somewhere around that area by Christmas, then his neck will be on the chopping block, won't it? But it won't really truly be all his fault, no, because he hasn't at the moment been backed. He just has not been backed yet. Nas says, I feel you, Piggy. Thank you very much, Nas. Yes, after Europa League final, yes. Well, he did make mistakes in that game. That's one of the worst managerial performances I've seen from him in terms of a 90 minutes of football with us so far. You know, just said it, Southgate-shaped Christmas present inbound. Oh, come on now. Don't even make me ill, Michael Sharp, with talks of Gashgate. United are a bit too harsh on Rasmus Hojlund sticking a young kid up front on his own for a massive club. Yeah, no, you know, it should have never have happened, Dan Marshall. It should have never have happened. He wasn't ready for it. They tried to chuck him in at the deep end and he's drowned. You know, he should have been brought through slowly. You're absolutely right. But he wasn't. Lewis Joshua says 1 month on one player should have had this deal wrapped up weeks ago, but as always, board being tight-fisted with the money and causing delay after delay. I feel sorry for Amorim. Amorim must be really putting his hair out at the moment. He's going to look like Eric Ten Hag by the end of next season, isn't he? Goodness me, he's going to be losing his hair non-stop. I mean, he's already got the nice side wrist residation taking place like I've got here. Fuck me. You would look at him next season and look like Dr. Evil. I tell you, it's a tough job. It's lots of pressure, and if he's not helped out, it's only going to get more difficult. Hugo Ekatike, Randall Kolo Muani. I respect your vibes there, Rashat. Spin, thank you for your super chat there, my son. It can't go on like this, can it? Do you know what? I assure you, Spin, it can. It can. Because we've got terrible owners. We're in our Mike Ashley era. We've got terrible owners with the Glazer shithouses in charge. We're shackled. Ineos don't seem to be up to much either, but if they're not, it's because maybe the shackles, whatever, the Glazer shithouses, who knows. But it's absolutely a complete mess. They have really ruined this football club. I think it can go on like this. As long as these guys are in charge of this football club, it can. We probably can't have a season as bad as we had just gone, though, but it can continue to be very lacklustre. It can continue to be a bitter disappointment. It can continue to be pretty shite around the gaff. So that can continue to happen, unfortunately, Spin. You know, as much as I want to say this season's going to be great, I was feeling optimistic a few weeks ago, but now we've had it taken out of us, guys, because the window's slowed right down for United. We haven't sold anyone. We have only signed 1 or 2 players. Diego Leon from last year was agreed anyway, but we signed him. We signed, of course, Cunha, and that's great. But we need Mbeumo done, which has been lingering on for weeks and weeks and weeks, like a shite in a terrarium. I don't know. And then also the other deals that we've been trying to work on. It's just a mess. It's just a real mess. Yeah, Ineos did nothing for Nice and they'll do nothing for United. Well, there you go. So far, I've not been impressed at all with Ineos. You bet the Glazers will be looking for an excuse not to be spending like FFP clubs being fine like Villa and Chelsea. Yeah, probably. Well, they certainly need to go into the coffers this summer and back the manager. We spent billions on dog shit now, letting a proven Prem player slip through our fingers. Yeah. It's gash, isn't it? Who are you talking about? Bryan Mbeumo. I mean, there are some concerns that the Bryan Mbeumo deal could fall down if it continues to drag on like this. If another team comes in for him, it could happen. Maybe he has his head turned. Who knows? The longer it goes on, the longer United are unable to reach that agreement with Brentford, the more likely it is that this deal does not get done, isn't it? So Man United having a mare, Brentford asking for too much, but ultimately we just got to pay the money now and get him in to give Amorim exactly what he needs and wants for the season and for pre-season. That's the key. We keep banging on about it, but if he doesn't have the squad together for pre-season and they're coming in later on when the season's already started, that is really not the best way to prepare for a new season. Plus, you can't even really get rid of the players you might want to get rid of just yet because you still might need them in case you can't get deals done for new players. Like we're talking about like not being able to sell Rashford, okay? Now, if we can't sign a striker, I don't know if we're going to just let Rashford sit in the reserves and rot away for 3 seasons. He will be brought back into the team, won't he? And we'll be back to square one. So it's very important United are able to get rid of players this summer. And it's very important we're able to sign new ones for the manager, for Amorim. Otherwise, we're just going to be in the same position. So we've had a mare. That goes for Hojlund, that goes for Onana, all these sorts of players that have stunk up the gaff. We've seen enough. They need to be moved on and replaced with better players and try and increase our overall lot and improve the team. And then obviously we've still got the stink bags at the football club that are really, really poor attitude players such as Garnacho and Sancho, Rashford, these sorts of guys that are toxic and they're tough to get rid of for many reasons. It's a stinker, isn't it, guys? What an awful, awful situation for United. Right, okay. Let me just check the latest update, see if anything else has come out tonight, guys. It's getting towards 11 o'clock. Keep hitting the thumbs up. So if you haven't done so, smash the subscribe button if you're new. We're very close to getting to 91,200 subscribers, and we've done it. We've hit 91,200. Yes, get in there, you legends. Let's be friggin' having you dons. Thank you so much to everyone who's hit the subscribe button there throughout the show there. We have made it to 91,200 subscribers. Let's go. Let's go, you legends. Okay, shout out to everyone now quickly who's reposted us on X. There's the link at the top of live chat. I'm just going to shout out everyone. We're going to get into the Q&A. I don't think there is any updates from anyone here. I'll just have a quick look. No, just David Ornstein saying Leeds pushing to sign Sean Longstaff from Newcastle. Yeah, nothing to do with us at the moment. No, still no here we go. Still no Ornstein Bombers. Still no big news of Man United signing players or trying to get Mbeumo down or pushing for somebody else now or selling players. Still nothing. This is truly gastastic so far, this transfer window. Right, let's get stuck into it. So we've had 8 reposts. Big up to you legends there. Thank you, Larry Hasser, Kieran, Elliot Manduna, MEFC Brummy Reds, Vincent Bullock, Paul Nangle, Ashley Vogt, and Aaron, you legends. Thank you so much for giving us a share around. You're a set of legends. Nice one. Okay, let's get stuck into the live chat then, guys. I'm just going to have a Q&A with you legends tonight. I can't be asked talking about Mbeumo too much and all this malarkeys. I mean, the big stories tonight, we'll just cover it very quickly for everybody who's getting in the stream. Obviously, Elanga to Newcastle, here we go. That's been announced tonight. Fabrizio Romano says exclusive, Anthony Elanga to Newcastle, here we go. Deal in place, club to club with Nottingham Forest for £55 million. Agreement also in place with Players Camp on long-term deal. Excellent addition for Newcastle, says Fab. That's interesting, isn't it? Ex-United player going for big money after a very good season at Forest. Man United have a sell-on clause. Is it, what, 20% or whatever it is? 15%? Can't remember now. Well, you can work it out. We got £8 million apparently due to the sell-on clause there. So significant little cash windfall for Man United. But we probably won't see any of it because of the Glazer shithouses. Probably just going to give them another nice new liquor paint on their massive yacht or something along those lines. Who knows? We probably won't see it, but there you go. We made £8 million apparently off of this deal, which is better than a kick in the anus, isn't it? So yeah, Elanga going to Newcastle gives us a bit of extra cash. Sell-on clause is favourable for us, and we've got a little bit of cheeky extra cash. Nice one. The other big story of the day is that Galatasaray have bid for Viktor Osimhen. They've officially bid for him. €50 million plus €5 million, while Napoli want more. Osimhen keen in return to Gala, but deal depends on club-to-club talks. Al Hilal remain involved in race with plan to pay €75 million clause, but no agreement with Victor yet. That's from Fab. And then beyond that, he also says more on Viktor Osimhen and Galatasaray story from earlier today. Personal terms are agreed until June 2028. Victor said yes to Gala. Once again, it now depends on Galatasaray and Napoli to get the deal done. So, don't know if it could be somewhere in the middle of 55 million and 75 million. That's 65 million. Wouldn't be a bad deal really for Viktor Osimhen, but the wages are a big problem. But he's agreed personal terms with Galatasaray. So I don't know if they're just paying him 350, 375k a week like he wants, or maybe he's prepared to just take a little bit of a cut to play there. I don't know. I kind of feel like it would be difficult for Galatasaray to pay him so much money like that. But I guess he would be their biggest star player. He's already settled there. He already went on there on loan and liked it, and obviously wants to go back, hence why he's agreed to go. So, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they can afford it. But if he is taking a pay cut, then fair play to him. He's certainly not happy at Napoli anyway, so it would make a bit of sense if it was a little bit of a cut, maybe. Rob, always United. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for getting in with your super chat, lad. Legend. Thank you, Rob. He says, why don't we borrow against player sales, Piggy? We could borrow 20 million against Garnacho and buy a 60 million player. I don't know, mate. I think we've obviously got ourselves in a position where we're already paying for lots of players on the never. We are Klarna FC at this stage. And also, how much debt are we in regards to, like, the Glazers shithouse has got us in loads of debt, haven't they? $1 billion debt or near, hundreds of millions of debt. 800 million debt, isn't it? Whatever it is, it's fucking ridiculous, the amount of debt we're in. And I don't think we should do that. What we should just do is sell them, even if it's a cut price deal. Somebody would definitely take Garnacho off of us for 45 million to 50 million pounds. I'm sure of it. He's a 20-year-old exciting talent with lots to offer in the future. I'm sure we could get at least that. We should be asking for more than that, really. But I'm sure we can sell some of our players. It's just that there are a few that are very difficult to get rid of because of the wages, like Rashford and Sancho and these guys. But Garnacho, Hojlund, even Onana, they should be more saleable. But yeah, too much debt. That's really why we shouldn't do that. That's just too much debt. 700 million. Yeah, it's outrageous, isn't it? This would be the best season ever for United. Haters. Oh. Surely indeed he's a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer, Ellie. I'm with you as well. 9 million quid. It's bloody easy, mate. It's an easy decision. Dan Marshall says, I reckon this Ineos documentary. Sorry, this documentary is Ineos' idea of getting money in, and now they pulled it so they don't dive in the Glazers' recklessness of how not to run a football club. Well said, Dan. We were talking about that earlier and just how stupid it would be at the moment to put extra added pressure on the team and Amorim and these guys when they need to focus on the job and getting the team back to where it should be. So I think that the right decision's ultimately been made, but it was just a nice little cheeky Glazer cash grab, and they probably would have gone for it if there wasn't so much objection from people like Amorim and probably the hierarchy, some of them at United, realising that it's just a unnecessary, unwanted distraction right now. So I'm glad that we're not doing some bullshit documentary just for the cash, because we need to focus up on what we're doing. Top Dog, big ups, you legend. Thank you for getting in. He says, evening, Pig. Had a rough night fighting the Reds corner. We better get better. Oh, Top Dog, much love to you, lad. Well, we might be able to, mate. It's looking rough at the moment, but if we sign a few players before the end of the window, I guess we could start to think about having a good season. Marky Harris's Dutch Kojak mugged off United with his crap signings. Oh, he really did, mate. We're feeling it. We're feeling it still many years after he's gone. Well, not many years, but, a year after he's gone, we're feeling it. Any news on the new stadium? Well, it's still in the pipeline, isn't it? 2 billion stadium, whatever. Look, Man United are having a mare with our priorities right now. We've got to get the team functioning properly first before we worry about a new stadium, in my opinion. 50 million for Garnacho is not cut price. Well, if you're looking at across the board, we do see players going for quite a lot of money in this transfer window. Garnacho is a young talent. His stats over the last couple of seasons for a youngster pretty decent. He's a good player. I think he can generate at least 50. Can get Garnacho sold about over 55 million or 60 million. Yeah, I think for the Premier League, a little bit more, and for abroad, a little bit less. I'd say I'd take 50 million if he was going to Napoli, for instance. Glazers should be locked inside a care package and sent back to the States. Steve Pereiro, much love to you, lad. Adam says, Piggy, can you stop swearing? My mum's in the room. Oh, I'm so sorry, Adam, mate. Yeah, I apologise. I'll try and stop swearing, mate. That's a good shout. That's a good shout, lad. Yeah, good call. Sean says, hit the like button. Yeah, guys, hit that fucking like button, you legends. Please give us a massive thumbs up. That'd be amazing. Also, Zane Miazzi, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. He said, what happens if you only get Cunha? Will you make top half? If Ruben's sacked, who you want next? Will this be biggest season ever for meltdowns? Honestly, I have to say, if we only get Cunha, top half will probably be achievable, but it's not going to be much better, I don't think, than that. It probably could, even if we don't sign anyone, I'd like to think that Amorim would be able to get us in the top 9 or 10. Again, if he couldn't do that, then what's the friggin' point, in all fairness? It's not fair to judge him on last season because he came in halfway through. No, you have to judge him with a proper pre-season and a proper start to the season and everything. But I think we would struggle to get into the top 9 if we don't get more players in. Now, if we do get more players in, I expect us to challenge for European places if we get the right signings. He says, if Ruben's sacked, who you want next? Will this be the biggest season ever? Dude, I don't think it's right to discuss Ruben getting sacked and who I want next. But if you've asked me, I've been a big fan of Eddie Howe for several years. I would like to see him maybe as a United manager in the future. But I don't think it's realistic. It's never going to happen, is it? And also, it's certainly not going to happen at the moment with him managing Newcastle and doing so well and being really loved and wanted and winning their first. It's just not going to happen. But that's who I would like in a few years' time, maybe. But I want to see Amorim do well. I'm backing Amorim to the death. I want to see Amorim do well. Michael Sharp, I'll try not to, mate. I'll try not to, lad. I'll try not to. Jonathan Gallagher, what's going on, you hero? Don't you dare stop swearing. No, we have no choice but to get new players on free. Oh, imagine if we just go for freebies this summer and they're all the shit ones as well, not even the good ones like Jonathan David, but the gash ones like Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Don't even get me started, mate. Oh, new strike force, Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Callum Wilson this summer. Do you know what I mean? Couple of freebies. You could see the Glazer shithouses going for it. Yeah, I know, Lee, I know. So the first 5 games are difficult. They really are. I mean, if we get 7 points from that, it would be really decent, actually, from the first 5 games that we've got. 7 out of a possible 15 points, because there's some difficult teams in there. Really afraid of this season. I mean, I just got to hope. I'm praying, hoping, praying that we get some players. I'm hoping and praying that we beat Arsenal. First game of the season at Old Trafford. That would be immense. That will set us up nicely, that will. Got to try and look good. Zane is a gangster. That's one word for it. Hey, sorry, I almost missed your super chat there. Googly eyes on everything. Sorry there, googly eyes. Thank you so much for your super chat. I missed it because it was below Zane's and it melded into one in my mind's eye there. But googly eyes on everything. Thank you so much for your super chat. He says, Piggy, you absolute legend. Mate, much love to you there, googly eyes. Get some love hearts in there, please, for this man. Thank you very much for that. That's very kind and lovely of you. Thank you. Mikhail Kramer, a legend, has entered. How are you doing tonight as well? So we're on the Q&A section of the stream here, guys. If there's any news that breaks, we'll let you know. But we're just going to have a chat for a little while here. So do get your thoughts in about anything. Let's just have a little bit of discussion. It's frustrating, isn't it, this window? Got to make our own entertainment and own fun. Yeah, ring Kurt Gunter and ask him to lend Sir Jim a few quid for Mbeumo. Oh, Carlo Di Matteo says Galatasaray on the verge of agreeing a €65 million deal. Very interesting, Jaden. I've heard that they want a little bit more, so I can imagine a £65 million deal would be the figure that it gets done. But maybe, just maybe, Eddie Howe is still young, absolutely. I don't really see him being United manager, though, in the future. He'd have to get sacked off by Newcastle first, I think, which doesn't seem to be coming anytime soon. Plus then, if he does get sacked by Newcastle, I'm sure he'd be wanted for the England job as well at some point. Probably after Tuchel. Shivam says, if we manage to sign Mbeumo, Rios and Vlahovic, I would accept it and we have a decent chance. What are your thoughts? I mean, I wouldn't say no, Shivam. Those players are definitely better than what we've got right now, right? So I'm not a huge lover of Vlahovic, but he's definitely a good player. And a little bit maybe injury prone, but very good player. And then you've got Richard Rios, who looks very exciting as well. I haven't seen a great deal of him, but in the Club World Cup, certainly looks a very good player. And Mbeumo, to me, is one of the biggest pieces of the puzzle now. Just get that done and some of the other ones may fall into place. But Mbeumo, yes, if we manage to sign those players, then we'd be better. We would be better, but we still haven't addressed the proper issues in the squad. We still have to get a goalie, for instance. And Vlahovic is all right up there, but surely he's better as like a second striker or something. And what we really need is like a proper out-and-out number 9. Nobody can't blame the manager. We're going to have Saka, Gyokeres, and probably Rodrigo coming at us first day. Horrible, isn't it? That is horrible to think about. Hey, look who it is. It's a legend. Son Goku 7 getting in here. Long time Don. He says, Pig, this is our worst transfer window so far since Fellaini and a failed Fabio Quantra loan bid. It is like that window with David Moyes. It is a bit like that with the Fellaini debacle. Yeah, you're not wrong there, Son Goku. It's bad so far. Started off well, but it's really petered out, hasn't it? Rajat, sorry to disappoint, but I'm not playing any FIFA tonight, actually. I'm pretty tired. I'm going to get an early night tonight. But Champs is still on tomorrow night, so I'll finish Champs tomorrow night on the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming. Play Cunha up top, have Bruno and Mbeumo playing by. Not a bad shout at all, Dan Sullivan. Yeah, or even we talked about potentially playing a false 9 with either Xerxes or Bruno, maybe, and playing the likes of Bruno, Cunha, and Mbeumo off of them. Even when we're utter crap, we could still beat the likes of Arsenal, Holland and Chelsea. On our day, if we turn up and do well, remember it's also first game of the season. Like Arsenal will definitely be more of a well-oiled machine than us, you would think, because they've been playing together for years, you know, a couple of additions. It's nothing crazy. Amram's trying to change a lot, and I think the personnel may change a good few players as well between now and then also. So you factor that in, and the odds are stacked in their favour. But we are home. We can turn up against the big teams. We seem to turn up against these players. It's the first game of the Premier League. Everybody's going to be itching at the prospect of playing. We could beat them. We could beat them. I mean, we're definitely not likely to, but we could. If we do, then great start could be had. Stephanie Griffith, thank you for the likes tally. That's awesome. Look at that, guys. We've got nearly 200 likes on the stream. Thank you so much to you all. Just in case you haven't done, take a second to hit the likes there. It's free to smash the likes on it. It does help the channel. It's free. Compete with clickbait wankers and corporation prats. So hit the thumbs up there and get yourself subscribed to the channel and involved in this Q&A here. Legends, you can't see you getting Vlahovic. No, I don't think so either, mate. We're not going to pay his wages. I'm with you. He's on at least 250k a week, isn't he? Piggy, we think Mbeumo. I think Mbeumo's getting done in the next few days, Paula. I've got to imagine that it is. Fellaini's chosen as a hero for EA FC 26. Nice, mate, nice. Get his big old head on the go again. He's got to have the afro, though, otherwise it's gash. You know, when he shaved it recently, it just doesn't look right. He needs to have that iconic fro. Elliot says maybe a couple of loan deals with an option to buy. Yeah, I could see it happening, Elliot. Or just a couple of cheap pickups. We talked about Ndidi. You know, he's a cheap pickup, isn't he? Zaimi Yassi, thanks for the super chat here. What would happen if the Vatican bought United? Would the Pope get a box? What are we going to do with you, Zaimi Yassi, eh? What are you on today, mate? Never mind the Vatican. I feel like you're currently holidaying at the Twatican, lad. Do you know what I mean? Because that comment is about as useful to this live stream as a condom in the Vatican, lad. Do you know what I mean? This is a football stream. What are we talking about if the Vatican bought United for, lad? Would the Pope get a box? Fucking hell, bro. Anyway, Zaimi Yassi, thanks for getting in here and derailing the stream as always, you prat. Tommy says Watkins, Cunha and Mbeumo. That does sound tasty. It does sound nice. I would be happy with that going into the season. Luke CX, you legend. What's happening, my son? Hope you're doing well also. Yes. Yeah, I don't want Vlahovic, guys. We've gone over it. Premier League proven's the best right now for us. I'll be interested to see who Amarim plays in midfield this pre-season. Oh, yeah, definitely. I wonder if we're going to go for a midfielder. There's links with Douglas Luiz, Richard Rios, you know, other players as well. Edison, there's lots of links. But I wonder if we're going to actually go for anyone in that position. I think it's very dependent on player outgoings, because right now we're not working on any signings other than Mbeumo, it turns out, because we don't have the money. We haven't sold anyone. More random than your Avatar 3 obsession. Oh, we will beat them. Man United will sign Viktor Osimhen for this season, 25-26. Chad, wouldn't that just be like a sort of signing right now that would really make everyone excited? It would. I mean, you might not agree with the money involved. You might not agree with the wages. But if Man United just announced tomorrow that we've bid for Osimhen and we've reached an agreement with Galatasaray and we're signing Osimhen, everybody would be absolutely foaming at the proverbial gash, wouldn't they? They really would. They'd be loving it. So I can't deny if it happened, I would be excited. I would also be a little skeptical about what could potentially happen with issues in the future with wages and selling him in the future, or whatever the case may be, you know, because it's a lot of money involved. But no denying his talent, no denying that he'd be much better than Gashmus Boyland up top there for us. Hello there, Mark Coffin. How you doing? Have we got any updates? Probably not. Nah, not really. Not really for us. Other deals are being done. Galatasaray have bid for Osimhen now officially. And also Elanga has gone for 55 million to Newcastle. So we do get a little bit of money there. But other than that, not really. The only bit of sort of new news we've got in terms of potential movements for United here is in regards to Douglas Luiz, as he's expected to leave Juventus this summer. And there are some links with various outlets saying that Juventus have set a €25 million price tag for Douglas Luiz, and United have made recent inquiries. So, that's all there really is right now. It's like there's nothing much going on for United. We haven't worked on multiple signings. We were just trying to get Mbeumo, and then the money that we haven't been able to generate is not there with us, so we can't sign new players. Always a pleasure being on your YouTube journey. Always will be around for you. Thank you, Son Goku. You've been literally here since the first original days, lad. So much love to you, my man. Proper Don. The effect of finishing 15th and lose to Spurs have really affected United's summer's transfers. Definitely, mate. If we'd have got that European football next season, we probably would have signed Gyokeres. I'm not sure Rodrigo would want Arsenal move. He's not crazy about playing with Mikel. This window has been bollocks so far. That it has, Jonathan. It has truly been a hefty set of love spuds. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. He's chatting pure shit. The Vatican buying the Red Devils not likely. Yeah, boxing face likely. Tommy Boy Legend says sometimes a move to another club inspires a player. Watkins up front with Kuna and Mbeumo would be a sick, I think. That's it. I know. That's why I was saying it has a knock-on effect. If we'd have got Mbeumo right at the start of the window, just maybe you could have convinced a player like Gyokeres maybe to think about going. But because there's not enough action, enough movement, enough ambition shown by United at the start of the window, then it has a negative effect. Yeah, good point. Can't believe United are going to be paying more for Mbeumo than Arsenal paying for Victor. That is pretty nutty, but it is the Premier League premium, remember, as well. Victor Gyokeres coming over from Sporting. There's not as much money out there. And plus also, right, Mbeumo's proven in the Prem. Gyokeres actually isn't proven in the Prem, even though we've probably come over and ball out. He's not proven in the Prem. Shivam says, we're going to finish 5th or 6th. My bets are locked in. Would donate United to sign Vardy. If I win, you know what? I wouldn't say no to Vardy as a backup, mate. This is why we tune into this community, to get this quality chat and commentary. Luke, thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you legends in this community. We do have a good old chat, don't we? We need Zlatan Ibrahimovic. My name is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I'm the greatest striker that United have ever had. Zlatan will come back and score 15 league goals, no problem, from bench. Zlatan does not need to have big contracts. Zlatan will play for free. Zlatan is half lion, half human. Zlatan lives in Serengeti and will chop himself in for every game. Zlatan Ibrahimovic will contribute many goals throughout the season. Zlatan can still do it at 42 years of age. Zlatan is Zlatan. Zlatan. My name is Zlatan. Sorry, guys. Thought to get Mbeumo done to shut this Zayn melt up. Yeah, even beyond that, though, that's not truly going to shut this melt up. We need to do more business. You know what will shut him up? If United get some ballers in, Watkins, Mbeumo, a new goalkeeper, and we smash up those shithouses on the first day of the season. Come on, United. Duff up those gooners. That will shut Zayn up. But until then, he's not going to be shutting up at all, is he? I'm just still so happy that they didn't win the Champions League, because they were never shut up all summer long, lad. Yeah, Lucky Singh, we need to get rid of this melter. This window already has me feeling flatter than the tyres on Luke Shaw's push bike. Is that before or after he's loaded up at the Frey Bentos factory? Do you know what I mean? Jesse, let's go. We play Chelsea, Arsenal and City in the first 5 games of the season. That means a bad start and loss of confidence. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean a bad start, but it is likely to be a struggling start. We need to get at least 7 points from the first 5 games. Who have we got again? So we've got City. No, sorry, we've got Chelsea. Oh, wait, have we got City as well? We've got Arsenal first, then we've got Fulham, haven't we? I think we've got an easy game against a newly promoted side. I can't remember who it is now. And then we've got, it's a tough start. I know I've forgotten already, but it's a tough start, mate. We'll do well to get 7 points. Luke CX, thank you so much for your super chat, you legend. Thank you, Luke. He says, I think this season will be less competitive in the middle of the table. The bigger clubs pilfering the smaller teams for their top talent. Cunha, Mbeumo, João Pedro, Kirkes, Ain't Nori, etc. Interesting take that, Luke. You might be right. Yeah, you might be right. I mean, it's certainly going to be a big, tough battle at the top, isn't it? With all these teams doing lots of business, the Chelseas, the Arsenals, the Liverpools, the Cities. And then it's on everybody else to try and get into the 5th, 6th, 7th spot. Yeah, that's a fair point, you know, Luke. Interesting take, lad. Yeah, let's just hope we can add a few more. Zayn Miasi with another super chat. Here he is again. He says, why you sell Elanga and buy Hojlund, who is crap? Great question. I mean, there's only one real answer for that. It's Erik ten Hag. That's it. He was the driving force behind those decisions to let Elanga go and to bring in Hojlund. And that's the only real answer. It's Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Fraud. Disgraceful that we don't focus on multiple deals instead of one. I know. They clearly don't have the ambition or the money available for it right now. Sancho, please do full move. Let's hope so, mate. We don't want a loan. We want a full sale. Ten Hag should answer for his crimes at The Hague. Let's get him in that European court, mate. Do you know what I mean? Come on. I agree. Ezio not happening, mate. They will play Rasmus. Oh, well, Rasmus might not be going anywhere. We've mentioned that earlier as well, that there was an update from Fab, if you missed it today, that said Rasmus doesn't want to leave Man United this summer. His desire is to stay. The only possibility for sale is in case United decide to advance in talks and proceed with his exit. So we might try and still sell him and push him out the door, but he apparently doesn't really want to go anywhere, wants to prove himself at United. But we don't want him to prove himself at United because he's already had a couple of seasons trying to prove himself, and he's been Gasharama. Yeah. How much are you looking forward to watching Onana in goal for another season? On a scale of having your eyes gouged out by a rampant squirrel to falling into the Playboy mansion out of a jet into the swimming pool, I would say definitely closer to getting my eyes gnawed out by a rampant squirrel, lad. Definitely. So very much not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it, mate. That would be awful. In fact, if Andre Onana is starting the first game of the Premier League campaign in goal for United, I think that I will try and locate a rampant squirrel just to gnaw my eyes out so I don't have to witness this flubber hand playing goal for us ever again. At least I'll only be able to then hear his mistakes. Do you know what I mean? Zlatan finally gets his icon card. My name is Zlatan. Zlatan gets icon card. Gives Zlatan wants icon card. Disco Dave. Yes, mate. Signing players is exciting, but we need a team. We need the bad eggs out and get the dressing room roaring like an F1 car. True, yeah, at the moment it's what? Like a, I don't know, like a banger racer. Do you know what I mean? It's definitely a banger at the moment, isn't it? Destruction Derby vibes. Good shout, Luke, though. Yeah, that's it. The toxic element is there for everyone to see, and those few players need to go. Just to clarify the position there, we talked about it earlier, but in case you missed it, Onana and Hojlund, these sorts of players, Luke Shaw, Mount, you know, we might want to get rid of them, but they're not players that are causing too much toxicity around the place. So they will be involved in the pre-season tour or that sort of thing, even if we're still looking to find them new clubs. Whereas players like Rashford, Sancho and Garnacho are not expected to be coming back anytime soon and are not expected to be involved in the pre-season tour. I mean, we've taken the number 10 off Rashford. It's very unlikely there's going to be a U-turn from club and player on that situation. So, yeah, we obviously are trying to get those 3 toxic melts out at the very least. The other players, hey, look, if we can't sell Hojlund, it's not great, but not bothered about it that much. Same goes for Onana. I'm not bothered if we can't sell him. I am bothered if we don't sign another goalie to replace him, though. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just saying if we can't actually find a new club for him, he could just sit around for a while until he just realised that he's not actually going to play for us, you know? Because I don't think he's going to cause too many issues. Elanga had a great season. I think this is a good signing for Newcastle. Yeah, a bit overpriced. Well, I'm glad they paid that money because it does mean United get a little bit of an extra whack. Squirrels are lovable, though. Yeah, fair one. Can get 5 more minutes. But yeah, let's chat, mate. Let's chat. We got at least 5 minutes here, yeah. Can you predict the starting 11 for the first game of the season? I really can't, Jamie, because, you know, it really does depend on who we sign. There's still a long way to go. Like I would hope that there's at least 2 or 3 different players coming in than what we've currently got now, I would hope. Reckon a couple more signings and 8th to 10th might be possible. Yeah, it's all about the window. If we have a great window now between now and pre-season start, then we could finish in the top 7. If we have a bang average season, then or summer transfer window, then we could have a similar sort of season to what we've just seen. Aaron, I'm sorry to disappoint, mate. I'm going to finish it tomorrow night now, lad. I'm pretty mattered shattered this evening, bro. So I'm going to finish that tomorrow night. Ten Hag spent over 600 million plus saddled us with impossible melts with contract. Wayne, he literally took a Cleveland steamer on us as a club. You're absolutely right. He stunk the gaff up, lad. It's horrendous. Midnight, thank you so much. He says you need to buy 10 guitars for next season. I feel you on that one as well, Midnight. Yep, we need some fodder, don't we? Some guitar fodder. Mount confirmed to stay, Piggy. Sean can't be sold due to his fitness. Hey, I know. These two players are very difficult to get rid of, mate. Nobody wants them. They're on big money, and they're just impossible to sell. Yeah, I know, Aaron. We're going to finish it tomorrow night. We'll finish it tomorrow night, definitely. United had been scammed by bald Dutch coach who is not Arnie Slot. I know. Sir Jim, the second worst Sir Jim I've heard of. Oh! Shaw's the new Phil Jones now. Well, that way, Andre Onana is professional. He doesn't do a lot of complaining. That's what I mean, yeah. I don't really see him making too many waves, even if he's staying as a backup. I don't want him as a backup. It's a waste of time and money. But, I still think we've got to sign somebody else, even if he doesn't want to go anywhere. You're seeing we're only getting about 5 million from the Elanga sale. I've seen 8 million. 8 million, but, I mean, yes, it depends on the final percentage of the reports and stuff, but I've seen 8 million, you're saying 5 million, probably somewhere in that region, isn't it? Warbzo says, saw a vid of some of the players returning and saw Shaw coming in smiling, made me sick. I didn't actually see Shaw. Has he got an extra couple of stone on him? Usually goes off on holiday and consumes his weight in Frey Benny pies. Onana, Shaw, Mount, Hojlund, none of these should be starters. Definitely true, Mikhail, yeah. Well, if they're not starters come the new season, then we'll be in quite a good position. We'll be looking a bit better, won't we, if those guys are not starting, if we've signed a new striker to replace Hojlund, and if we sign a new goalie to replace Onana. Thank you, Shivam Kashyap. Reading chats and subscribers. Always Shivam, lad. We're all about the community vibe around here, lad. This is what we do. So if you're new, get yourself subscribed and you can be spoken to too. Sorry, but yes, get yourself subscribed to the channel if you're new and all that. Nice one, Links. Get in there, Links. How you getting on? No worries, better late than never. Not yet, but that's quite a shrewd idea, lad. Could always get Onana loan to another club. Yeah, that's it. I'm sure Inter or someone might be interested. We need to get number 2 in. It could work well while Onana's playing for Cameroon. True. Yeah, but I don't really want another number 2. We've got a couple of those, don't we? Who's winning Club World Cup, Piggy? Oh, I mean, I've got to go with PSG at the minute. I do. Would need a miracle transfer window to even finish top 10. Amarim's tactics are useless with these players. Surely he has to change something since it's looking like barely any signings. What can he change? He can't really change the tactics and the system, though. He has to go with what he knows. That's what we've brought him in to do. He's not that sort of guy that's going to play with several different tactics, unfortunately. I like a manager who can just play with a few different styles, as and when needed, and you do need that. I think what he was trying to do, though, is just to try and get one style sorted out first, which he just hasn't done yet. We hasn't had the players to do so, to be fair to him. Focus on feeding the ducks. Eric Ten Hag throwing jabs to this day, 35 minutes for Kwanzaa. Superstar says players like Anthony and Onana are not good enough, but I appreciate how professional they've been. Anthony even said to be open on lower. Yeah, Anthony seems a good hard worker. He's just shit, but he's a good hard worker. It's not about winning the Prem anymore. It's all about qualifying for the Champions League because of the money awarded plus pull factor. Yeah. Well, I mean, for us, we need to just get back into Europe, even if it's Europa League guff. It's in the right direction. Is he having a laugh? Are you having a laugh? Sure looked lean as fuck. Oh, that's good, Sabaconda. Respect that. That's awesome. He's been on those vegan Frey Bentos pies then. It's not that long, Piggy, a month next week until the start. Yeah, not long now. Not long now. Surely there must be an end to this. Hey, you just hit the nail on the head there, though, Lucky Sing Lad. They're squibbling and squabbling over a few million quid. Goodness me, we've just got 5, 6, 7 million quid or whatever it was for this deal for Elanga without doing anything. Let's just buy him then. Let's just use that money and buy Mbeumo. Come on. Nice one, Cephalad. Luke CX, thank you so much for your super chat here, Luke. Get in there, you legend. Oh, excuse me. Thank you so much, Luke CX. I appreciate it, my man. You're a legend, lad. He says, based on how frequently this phrase comes up, did clubs really have tea ladies serving players cups during games? Tea is dehydrating, though. I believe so, yeah. I mean, I believe so. Back in the day, there was things like tea ladies. There was also milk ladies, They used to drink milk all the time, mate. I remember watching, I think it was only in the 80s. I remember watching some, cup game, like Arsenal versus Liverpool or something from like 1983 or something, and everybody's in like in after the game, they're all interviewing them, and they're all like in the bath together in the changing room, and they're all drinking pints of milk. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely a different time. I don't think anybody's got a tea lady making them tea necessarily right now these days, but you know, somebody's got to do a bit of catering. You know, some people's got to get the electrolytes back in them, lad. And Mbeumo latest, it's still just the same, really. AP7, just the same expectations of discussions this week. Chelsea best not win it. No, I know. Yeah, that'd be shit, mate. United mugs to keep Onana. Where's the new keeper? It's not happening. They are mugs to keep him if they do keep him, which I still don't think they will. I still think we'll sign a new one before the season starts, and then Andre will get the message and we'll try and find him a new club. 5 more players, 2 strikers, 1 midfielder, 2 keepers, then sell out Deadwood. I have a bad feeling that some of the Deadwood will be here come the first game of the season. It's going to be difficult to get rid of them all yet. Let's try get some positives going here, folks. Amarin will find a way forward. Believe. Love that. Big focus for me, getting cash in. Go on, Lucky Sing, lad. If Deadwood not be in sale this year, FFP may well hit United at this rate. Good call. Good call. Lots of players need to be sold. Lots of players on big money. Need to balance the accounts. Wasn't Eric Ten Hag's fault that Glazer gave him the checkbook thinking he's Fergie. Fair one. He won a couple of trophies, but he left us in a pretty dire situation. But it's a fair point. He did win a couple of things. Even if it's Europa League, I just want either F8 or Carabao Cup.
Super chat.
Yeah, it'll be nice. But most importantly, I just want to finish high up in the league to get Europe, pretty much. Gyokeres so close to signing for Arsenal now, then that's one saga sorted. We fuck up losing the Europe final. That's bit us in the arse. Big time, big time, big time. You thought July was supposed to pop. It's been a shit show so far. I know, that's what I thought too. Turned out, we just can't sell our players, mate, because they're on too much. Yeah, they used to have a pint of milk, didn't they? It wasn't the milk cup. I'm just talking general. You could smoke a cig on the pitch. Yeah. Sending prayers for Texas. Oh, I know, Ezio. Awful what's going on over there, mate, with the floods and stuff. Much love to the people who lost their lives out there. It's horrendous news. Milk ladies, breastfed setting. So you're saying Doris is out the job? If the Glazer shithouse has got anything to say about it, then yes. Jordan Wall, what's going on, you legend? He needs to. It was probably something to do with the milk cup back in the day. I don't know if it was, Michael. I think it was an FA Cup game I was watching on telly with them drinking milk after. I'm not paying 89 million for the next Anthony, but haggling over a couple of million for Premier League proven talent when we're desperate is so infuriating. I get it too. I mean, you don't want to be seen getting bent over, so every club's exploiting you. But if it's the difference of a few million to get somebody in to help the coach and help plan for the new season, then it's worth it, isn't it? Harbour Horizon. Thank you so much, mate. Very much indeed, Harbour Horizon, for your super chat. He says, Hollywood female crush name and why growing up. Mine was Phoebe Cates when she is in the Gremlin movies and Drop Dead Fred movie. Oh, yeah. Mrs. P actually made me watch Drop Dead Fred not so long ago. I'd never seen it before. It was amusing, I guess, if you're a 5-year-old. But it was but I love a bit of Rick Mail, to be fair. He's funny as. But anyway, my favourite Hollywood crush growing up, I mean, I like, I'll tell you what, I always liked the movie Twins, and I always liked Kelly Preston in Twins. Kelly Preston in Twins. That's my crush growing up, mate. Kelly Preston in Twins. If not her, then let's go with Rachel Weisz. Rachel Weisz in The Mummy. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for your question there, Harbour Horizon. I appreciate that. It is Luke CX, yeah, lots of players turn up. Still lots not turned up, though. Lots are still given extra leave and are coming to join us later on. So it was like not that many in the squad turning out today, really. But yeah, still back at it, though, for the first day. Paul of the Red, I know it's a bit off topic, but when we talk about films, does anyone remember Sly Stallone in a film called Stud? Was this you that talked about this the other day, Paul? Or somebody already asked this question in here the other day? Okay? There's more chance of Boris Johnson being Prime Minister again than Amarin being successful. Mark Harris, I have to tell you that, I'm running for, the position of Prime Minister again, and, I'm going to prove you to be a protoplasmic invertebrate jelly of a man, because I'm going to get back into office. Yeah, nice one, Mark. Fair enough. All it would take is the first domino to 4 and more will follow. Is it really cold up there tonight? Oh, wowzers. It's hot in here. I got the fans blazing. Megan Fox, good call, good call. Your first crush was a MILF on my road. Private Benjamin, you remember them all drinking from the blue Lucasade bottles back in the 90s and early 2000s? Oh, yes, those squeezy Lucasade bottles, yeah? Classic. The metal-y sort of ones. Well, they weren't metal, but... Well, maybe they were aluminium or something. They were weird. They were awesome. I used to love those squeezy Lucasade bottles, mate. New Armand Leopard style haircut's not that nice. Oh, I haven't seen it. Keepers used to smoke a pipe watching the game. And they were still better than Onana. Oh, yeah, iShow's been in studio on TNT Sports. Hilarious, big. Oh, I haven't seen that, lad. 7 million Elanga money must use add-ons. Yeah, come on. It can't be that far away from getting the structure sorted out. Oh, that's so difficult. I'm going to go poached, actually, Tommy. But out of those two, I'd go, like, medium soft boiled eggs. I love, like, I think that's my favourite type of egg, actually. Maybe like a soft boiled egg with soldiers. Yeah, I'll go with that, actually. Natalie Portman and Star Wars, good taste. Good taste you got there, Larry. Your first crush was an ICT teacher, useless but easy on the eye. We're not talking about first crushes, we're talking about celebrity crushes, but thanks for sharing. Seriously checking out, we're howling, it's a fact. Oh, okay, Paula. Well, you know, I don't really want to watch a Sylvester Stallone porno. You know, fair enough. I'll take your word for it, Paula. You know, that he was in a porno back in the day, but I don't want to watch that, Paula. You know, and that's very off topic. Aluminium, yeah, no, not aluminum, not aluminum. Aluminium. Aluminium, lad. Scram was the best, boy was disgusting. Now, come on now. It's epic. Anyway, I feel like we've basically run the course of the show here, haven't we? With the topics of discussion that are coming up here. I feel like we've run the course of the show here now, guys. We're talking about eggs. We're talking about celebrity crushes. We're supposed to be here talking about football United. So I feel like we've done talked enough here tonight. We've been on here for an hour and 16 minutes. That is a long time, actually. So we're going to wrap up this video shortly. I'm just going to read out one or two more, actually, for the bants. But thank you so much, everybody, every one of you legends that has indeed got in the stream tonight. Thank you so much. I've just got to refresh my chat, actually, because it's just shat off the proverbial bed on me there. Screw it. I'll just, yeah, I can't highlight anyone's comments there anymore. Let me copy this link, and I'll be able to do that again. Okay, hang on. Boom. Once again, as always, guys, make sure you smash that like button before you go. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Click the bell icon. We'll be on here again tomorrow, lunchtime, with the latest transfer news and goings on. Hopefully, Mbeumo, here we go day. You know, hopefully that'll be tomorrow, so come and join us for that. If you don't know, we do lunchtime shows around about 12:30, 1 p.m. every day. We also do an evening show around about 10 p.m. every day with all the latest rundown of the evening's news, etc. And if there is any breaking news, we'll jump on and cover it. So make sure you subscribe with the bell icon. Smash you legends. Follow us on Insta, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Kick. All those places are in the description if you want to follow us up. Follow the gaming channel, Flying Pig Gaming on YouTube as well if you're not already. !gaming in the chat will pop up a link. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up then, but thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in, all the members in green like Ezio, Mikayu, Kim, etc. All the moderators like Mikayu. Thank you very much for everyone getting in. All the chatters, Luke CX, big up you legend. Ezio, Paula, Dino, Ludu, Mark, Elliot, Link, Steve, Michael, Sefa, Rajat, Paula, Kimster, Marky, Jano, Michael, Rob, Johnny Swan, yes, lad, Elliot, Lord Rodney, Wayne the Red, shout out Paula as well, Mikayu, Kim, let's go Kim, Superstar, Lee Dixon, and everybody else as well. Hey, look, come back after the stream finished, get your thoughts and opinions about anything we've discussed in the not live comment section, Elanga, Osimhen, etc. Come back and have your say. Thank you so much for joining us. Probably quite high if we haven't signed anybody by then. You know, I'd expect United to be desperate and scratching around by the end of the window. Right, guys, have a great night. Piggy loves you, and remember, when Sie Siegert, it's Backer, it's Chuameni. When Sie Siegert follows the trawler, this is because the sink sardines will be thrown into the sea. Thank you very much. Get in there, you beauties. Thank you so much to all the patrons here for supporting the channel on patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. As a thank you, all you legends will be appearing on this outro list. Get in there. Once again, thank you to all the YouTube members, but one of the best ways you can support the channel is on patreon.com, so check it out. Patreon.com/FlyingPigUnited. And once again, a big thank you to all the legends that do support the channel on Patreon. Get in there.